This is the first of many. I will do my best to ensure that Francis comes on this channel as often as possible. This is midnight. We're filming at midnight and he has to be at work in the morning. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Praise if you are new here. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you, okay? Today is a very special edition because I have a special guest in the house. He has been with this channel from the very beginning, but he has always been behind the camera. So now that he has put a ring on it, he has come. He's now in front of the camera, rightfully so, with me. So, with my husband Francis. Welcome to the channel, Francis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you happy to be here?
Yeah. I mean, I've been looking forward to being a guest on your show.
Yeah.
I think it's going to now make now. I will now blow.
Yeah. I hope so. So, June 15th, made it 6 months. Now we've been married.
Yep.
So I have been living with a man. Legally.
Living with a man.
I can't even stop smiling. I've been living legally with a man for 6 months, and you know, I mean, we've heard that some people pack up their bags within 6 months and they say they're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So even though I've been tempted to just keep quiet and stay in my lane because I'm not the first person to pass through this, I am also moved to be grateful because we have learned some lessons in this past 6 months. It has been beautiful. I mean, I will not tell you it has been terrible because it has not. I won't lie to you. It has been beautiful, really. It has, at least for me, it has been beautiful. It has been an experience, and we want to just talk about some of the things we've learned in the past 6 months.
6 months. Wow.
Has it been being married to me for the past 6 months?
It's been an experience, a beautiful experience, I must say, and I think it's worth experiencing. The peace that comes with being with someone.
Be with me.
You know, the peace that comes with being with someone who is right for you, right? I think that's something that I wish anybody and everybody can experience, really. So that's how it's been. A lot of learnings. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned about my wife. Right? It's good to call you my wife.
We're going to be giving you about 6 lessons or more that we have learned in the past 6 months. I think the very first thing I would say that marriage has taught me is service. You go into marriage with the mind to serve another human being. And I kind of learned that in the first month, because where I was coming from, see, I wasn't doing anything in my house. I was just chilling, eating, waking up, sleeping. I had siblings that were doing everything, and I came to this house, and even though we do the work together, half of what I do is 100% more than what I used to do before I came here.
Yeah. So
it is still something. It is still quite a lot. So basically, I'll just say the first thing I learned I learned service on a different level, on a more personal level. I mean, now I'm married, there are no holdbacks. Before I got married, I mean, there were certain things I definitely would not do because, I mean, you're not married until you're married. But now that I'm married, I have learned selfless service. It won't always be comfortable. When you open your mind to serve, you learn. So I have learned service on a different level. What have you learned, Francis?
I mean, before I eventually got married, I mean, I used to understand the concept of responsibility. That's service, as you can see. So, right, you know, when you take out that thing, that's service. So I've learned responsibility on another level. Ever since I got married, I wake up every morning asking myself, what can I do today to make my family better? So for every decision I am making now, it is no longer about me, but it's about how will it affect us. as a unit. So
we have moved from me or I
yeah,
to we
to
and
we
us.
and us.
So it's now, for every decision we make, it's now a very conscious thing. It's no longer just me, it is now us.
Yep. Yeah.
So the second thing I'd say I have learned is that, see, when people say friendship is important in marriage, they're not lying.
True.
Like, marry your friend.
True.
Marry your friend, because
True.
your friend is patient with you. You know, many of these things, I think I was listening to someone last week, and the person was saying that if you treat your partner the way you treat your best friend, many of the problems we have in relationships will not be there. The problem is that people go into romantic relationships like they're going into a business transaction. So you hear people ask questions like, if we go out for dinner, who will pay? If you're going through a financial crisis and you go out with, you know, maybe you go out together for lunch or dinner, in your head you already know, I can't make my friend pay because I know they don't have money. But why would you do that to your partner? Do you get? So friendship, see, I think most of the things we've done to go married is just...
Yeah, right, yeah. So I mean, just to lay out on what you have said, right? So friendship is super important. It makes conflict resolution easy. It makes sex fantastic. It makes it makes communication easy. There is a lot that you can move on with when you are with your friend. And so what I mean by that is, if someone is your friend, right, there are some minor things that wouldn't really be a deal breaker for you, right? Because eventually your values are aligned and all of that. And I mean,
you understand each other. Even if you don't understand their motives, it's easy for you to make excuses for them.
And there's trust.
Yes.
If that friendship is not there, you will be too conscious for your own good in the marriage.
Yes.
And it's going to put a lot of pressure on both of you. So there's going to be a lot of performance anxiety.
Yeah, and I think for someone like me, who I'm very guarded, I don't find it easy to let down my guard. On our wedding night, I told Francis something. I said, if I had not gotten married to you, I'm sure we would have had an issue. Because, like, I don't, maybe one day we'll tell the story of what happened afterwards. Because friendship, because Francis is my friend, he understands my motives. He might not understand my action, but he understands that I have his best interest at heart.
Sure.
When I'm not necessarily moving at his pace, or when he's not moving at my pace, I am able to be patient with him, because there are certain things I know about him that makes me understand that he will come around. He's not just trying to be difficult unnecessarily. And see, for me personally, I would have not made it getting married to a stranger. It wouldn't have worked. Like, it wouldn't have worked, because it takes me a long time to be comfortable with people, and then getting married, man. That's another level. I know when we first became friends, I used to say, come as you are, no jackets required. That one took some years to happen. And then we got married, and literally, it was not literal, come as you are, no jacket required. I know how the Bible says they were naked and unashamed. I would not have been able to do that with a stranger. It would not have been able to happen. So I am grateful that I got married to my friend, and I mean, these 6 months have just re-emphasized to me the importance of getting married to your friend.
I completely agree with you on that.
So what's the next point?
Marriage has taught me patience.
Patience.
So that's not how I mean it, right? So that's not how I mean it. So let me explain what I mean by marriage has taught me patience.
Okay.
Few months into our marriage, my wife would maybe do something, and I'll be asking myself, okay.
Francis, what are you talking about?
Okay, right? But I realized that at the end of the day, the motive behind that action was love and pure. When we got married, the first thing I told myself was, okay, you've known her as a friend. Now you want to know her as your wife. Right? So you have to begin to learn, almost relearn. So when I say that it has taught me patience, is I have learned not to interpret an action with my own assumption.
Okay.
Right? So when something happens, when one of the things that used to happen earlier in our friendship, way earlier, was there were times when she just doesn't want to talk about something. And I will press and press and press, and she just doesn't want to talk about it. At a point, I will feel like, but I am here. You should be able to talk to me. But I began to realize that a human being sometimes just needs time alone. Right? Just needs space alone. Just sometimes my wife will just take her stuff from the bedroom, go to the sitting room, and I just know that she
at
just...
At first, Francis used to run after me.
Yes, at first,
and I tell you, Francis, I need me time.
Yes, at first I went run after her, I want to be, but I began to realize that she just needs her time. And there is nothing wrong with it.
And I've learned to balance it as well, so that it doesn't feel shut up.
So I'm a slow processor, right? So you can tell me something, I'll take my time. I'll tell you, okay, I'm thinking about it. And sometimes you guys, and sometimes I will ask me, are you actually thinking about it, or you're just telling me off? But I'm actually thinking about it, right? So in all of this, it has taught me how to patiently learn about a person and not to interpret actions based on my assumptions, to always communicate and ask questions. So what's going on in your mind right now? You right? What's on Philip's mind. That's our code word. So yeah, it's taught me patience. Okay. Yes, it has.
So I like the patience part, because for me as well. So when I first knew Francis, even till now, Francis talks more than me. I'm more quiet than Francis. And then, because I was always with him in the house, there were times that he would just go quiet. I'm like, okay, is there something wrong? Did I do something? Is something bothering you? Do you want to talk about something? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm okay. So I have learned patience for me. At first, I'm like, what's it? What is this? If there's something wrong, you talk. Because even over the course of our friendship, I have learned to open my mouth and talk. So if something is wrong, I let him know that something is wrong. If I'm not ready to talk about it, I let him know I am not ready to talk about it. If I'm still processing, I let him know I am still processing. I really can't even articulate what is wrong right now. Just give me some time. Again, like going back to friendship, because he's my friend, I have learned to be patient with him. And so patience, I think I've also learned patience in marriage. Okay, so my third point.
What have you learned about marriage?
See, I know I'm new.
I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Considering that we both waited till marriage, I'm still very green, still very new. But there was something somebody or a number of people told me before I got married. And they said sex is overrated. It's a lie. See, my dear young lady that is waiting. Maybe it's because I'm just new that it's shocking me like this. So, but no, Francis, it is not. Okay, let's be serious.
Yeah, let's be serious.
Because I'm sure there are people who have been told this as well.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. So
it's not overrated. Don't let them lie to you.
It's, and I think that's just the complete truth, right? So, sex is not overrated. It is not overrated, and I think that's just the word.
Yes, no.
Yeah, that's not overrated. So it's not overrated.
Yeah, it's not overrated.
Sex is beautiful. It's sweet. It creates.
Let's leave
it there. Let's leave it there.
Let's not go too far. It's not overrated.
Another thing I've learned in the last 6 months, and I think a couple of people may disagree, but hey, yeah, this is my truth, right?
I think I know what you want to say.
Marriage is easy, right? Marriage is easy. And for emphasis, right? I'll say again that marriage is easy, and this is why I say so. So, marriage is easy if, and I'm going to use us as case in point now, if you take several steps to ensure that you prepare very well when you go into it.
And
right?
if your partner, so don't be unequally yoked.
Yeah.
So as long as the both of you are well prepared.
Because I think people don't take marriage, premarital counseling seriously, learning about themselves seriously, and all those things, couples therapy and all of that. But I think it's very, very important, because in these things you get to know yourself, you get to know your partner, and you prepare ahead for possible changes. So when those changes come, it is not difficult to adjust and adapt. And that's the reason why I say that marriage is easy.
Okay.
Right? So there's something my wife said when we were starting, like, you come in with the mind to serve. And we entered into marriage not unaware of each other. Right? But we had at least sufficient knowledge to help us have a very good head start. And that's the reason why I'm saying that marriage is easy.
So just to add to what he said, that marriage is easy.
Yeah.
This is not to take away the fact that marriage requires hard work. It requires, when people come out to say marriage is hard, the first question I usually ask is, compared to what? Because if you will climb up the ladder in your professional career, you need to be intentional. You need to put in the work. You need to learn new skills. Do you understand? If you will be good at doing anything in life, you need to put in work. You need to be intentional. Nothing good falls on anybody by accident. So it's the exact same. It's just, the principle that you use in other areas of life, if you apply them to marriage, they will work. You use emotional intelligence when you are working, as a leader, you learn leadership skills. And you come to marriage and you expect that you just know how to do things.
Just like
you
that.
don't you know how to be emotionally intelligent with your colleagues, but you don't know how to be emotionally intelligent with your spouse. You know how to learn new trends, learn new knowledge, read books, study, take exams. But when it comes to your own marriage, you're not willing to pay for counseling, you're not willing to read books, you're not willing to learn anything. What are you even doing?
Right.
So the fact that we say marriage is easy doesn't mean that you will not put in the hard work. It's easy because you are with somebody who is willing to put in the same 101% or even 1000%. So there's something we usually say, marriage is not 50-50.
Exactly.
It's 100. I come with my 100, he comes with his 100.
Exactly.
There are days that he will fall short. It is left for me to, cover for him. There are days that I will not be able to perform at 100% capacity. It is left for him to step in and ensure that there is always equilibrium. So the fact that we say that marriage is easy, don't go don't go follow somebody that is not willing to put in the same level of work as you and expect that things will just flow like that.
Exactly. Let me give a case in point. So if you maybe want to go to the gym, right? You want to work out, and you are being forced to do it, it will become extremely difficult for you to get up from your bed, take your gym clothes and go down to the gym, right?
Yeah.
But if you are enthusiastic about it, if it is something that you chose to do, right, it will be very easy for you to get up, go to the gym. The activity you are going to have in the gym, they're going to be rigorous.
Yeah.
But you will do it knowing that there is a purpose for it.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you will always be motivated to do it. It just means that you have made a commitment to honor something, and you are willing to be disciplined enough to respect respect that commitment you made to yourself and follow through with it.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
that's it.
Yeah. So a final one.
Okay.
That I have learned about marriage is the importance of protection from you, the man.
Protection.
So
Protection?
protection.
What kind of protection?
Right. As a person, going into marriage, it is your responsibility to manage the perception that your family have about your partner.
True.
For example, as a husband, you are responsible for making sure that your family sees your wife in a good light. And as a woman, it is your responsibility to ensure that your family sees your husband in a good light. It is super, super, super important, because your family will always take your side. They will always take your side. And the quickest way to bury your marriage or bury your relationship is to talk bad or talk down about your spouse in the presence of your family.
That's why it's good to marry somebody that has sense and to marry somebody that is good, because it will be easy for you to do. You're not pretending.
Yeah.
Because it's a different situation when everybody in your family who cares about you sees that you are obviously getting into something that is not right for you, and then you are, overworking yourself to try and defend this person before them. If the person is equally yoked with you, and when I say equally yoked, I don't mean both of you are Christians. I mean, we don't even want to delve into that. There's a lot of things to consider when we say equally yoked. When this person is equally yoked with you, and this person is a kind person, this person loves you, this person is kind to other people, you will not have to do too much work. And even if for some reason your family doesn't like them, when you're defending this person, you are doing it genuinely. You're not trying to cover up what you know is obvious. You get so I agree that it's very important to manage the perception that your family has, at least until they get to know that person for themselves and they get to love them. It is your duty to manage that perception.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think
we have come to the end of this video.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed this.
Yep.
This is the first of many. I will do my best to ensure that Francis comes on this channel as often as possible. This is midnight. We're filming at midnight and it has to be at work in the morning. So thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for doing this with me. I'm here. Thank you for doing this with me. So we're 6 months. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let us know in the comment section. If there are other topics you'd like us to talk about. I think we have a number of things we want to talk about. Well, I think we'll also find time to come here and talk about some of the things that helps us to
this point,
some of the things that have helped us to get to this point. Some of the things we practiced in our relationship, and all that. We'll still come and talk about that. But this is our debut. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching. Have a great one. I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And don't forget to share. If this video has blessed you in any way, if you have learned one or two things, please let us know in the comment section. Bye.